It all started with a backyard barbecue. My husband, Marcus, had just come off a 72-hour shift at the fire station. He's the battalion chief for our city's fire department. 23 years of service, countless lives saved, and more community events organized than I can count. To celebrate his return home and the beginning of summer, we invited a few close friends and family over for a small cookout in our backyard. We live in a quiet suburban neighborhood governed by one of those notoriously strict HOAs. You know the kind. Flower colors must be pre-approved, lawn length monitored like it's national security, and God forbid your recycling bin is visible for more than 30 minutes. Our neighborhood's reigning enforcer of these rules is Karen. Karen lives 3 doors down. She once threatened to fine us because our holiday lights were too bright. She's the kind of person who carries a measuring tape and a clipboard like it's a badge of honor. So the moment she saw us wheeling out the grill and setting up lawn chairs, I knew there'd be trouble. About halfway through the afternoon, kids laughing, burgers sizzling, classic rock humming in the background, I saw her peeking from behind her curtains. 5 minutes later, she stomped down the sidewalk, fuming. Karen didn't knock. She barged right into the yard, eyes narrowed like a hawk. This is a violation of HOA Code 3.1.5. You're not permitted to have open flames within 10 feet of any structure, she snapped, pointing at our grill. Marcus calmly wiped his hands on a towel. Actually, the grill is 12 feet from the house, and we have a fire extinguisher nearby. Standard safety protocol. Karen glared. You think that excuses you? You're setting a bad example. You don't get special treatment just because you pretend to know fire safety. I nearly dropped my lemonade. Marcus raised an eyebrow. Pretend? Karen huffed. I'm calling the fire department. Let's see what they have to say. She stormed off with the determination of someone who thought she was about to catch a criminal in the act. We laughed it off, assuming she'd cool down. But 10 minutes later, we heard it. The low wail of a siren. Sure enough, a fire truck rolled down the street and parked right in front of our house. Our guests froze. The kids' eyes widened in awe. Out stepped a crew of firefighters, Marcus's team. The moment the driver saw Marcus, he burst into laughter. Chief, you good here? He asked, grinning. Marcus chuckled. Yeah, someone called in a complaint. Something about unsafe grilling practices. Another firefighter nudged him. Karen again? Before we could answer, Karen came strutting out of her house like she'd just won a gold medal. She pointed at Marcus. That's him. Unsafe open flame. The crew turned to her in unison, utterly baffled. Ma'am, one of them said, barely holding back a smirk. This is Battalion Chief Marcus Holt. He runs the fire department. Karen blinked. What? Marcus stepped forward. I wrote the very guidelines you're trying to quote, and we're fully compliant. Karen's mouth opened and closed like a malfunctioning vent. Well, that's not fair. You people think you're above the rules. No, Marcus replied, voice calm but firm. I understand the rules. There's a difference. The firefighters checked the grill, mainly for show, then signed off with a friendly wave. Karen disappeared into her house so fast she almost left smoke behind. A few days later, we got a formal apology from the HOA board. Apparently, Karen had submitted multiple complaints over the past year that were quietly dismissed. After this last stunt, her authority was being reviewed. Marcus now has a framed copy of the fire code hanging above our grill with a sticky note that reads, Karen tested it. It passed. And our cookouts, still sizzling, with safety, of course.